Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles Sabansi. I want to welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamerspro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic, debates, entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things. And now we see them. And today we got a pretty interesting show for you guys. But before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Also, if you want to follow me on Instagram, my name is Charles Sabansi. My handle is CTABANZ. If you want to follow Dreamerspro, same name as the channel. And also make sure you check out the podcast that we have pinned in the comment section below if you want today's full show. Let me get into this topic here. So, as you guys know, the NBA season has commenced, and I'm not trying to be out here twerking it up too much about the games in the first few days. Now, I know the Lakers dropped a very, very entertaining game that I saw last night. Funny enough, the Lakers and Clippers game was on at the same time. The Clippers game was not competitive at all, but the Lakers game was. So I ended up tuning out of that Clippers game at the end of the third quarter, and I started watching the Lakers game. And man, that was a game, right? It was something. It was very, 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 very entertaining to see. Ultimately, the Sacramento Kings were able to come away victorious. But on the other end of the locker room, the Clippers, they ended up having a pretty big matchup in terms of the name of the player that was on the other team. Clippers ended up playing against Victor Wembanyama and the San Antonio Spurs. And what you will notice is whenever Victor Wembanyama plays against a team, they're always going to ask the opposing star to weigh in on what he thinks about Victor Wembanyama, number one, his game and his potential moving forward. And that's exactly what happened yesterday in the Clippers game. At the end of the game, House of Highlights released a clip of Kawhi Leonard kind of giving his thoughts on Victor Wembanyama, but it wasn't just Kawhi Leonard, it was also Russell Westbrook. So what we want to do is play what Kawhi Leonard and Russell Westbrook had to say about their impressions of playing against Victor Wembanyama, and then we're going to come back and continue on with the show. Take a listen to these gentlemen here.
Kawhi, before we get to the game, just wanted to ask you what your overall thoughts now that you got to play against Victor Wembanyama after all the kind of hype around him the last couple months.
What are you asking?
What did you think about playing against him, about his length, how tough he is to play?
He's going to be good. It's still early in the season, obviously. But, once he figures out where he's going to be getting his shots and reading defenses, I think he's going to be good. I feel like he got more aggressive, like a more aggressive mentality as he started this season off. And, I think, he'll just keep getting better.
What did you like overall about the way you guys played tonight? Ty focused on the defense for you guys, obviously.
Yeah, the defense was great. 37 field goal, 33% from three. And then they only had 6 offensive rebounds. So, it's a lot better than the last game we played. We let the Jazz shoot 20 more times in this. So, tonight we limited them to one chance shots, and it was good.
Kawhi, apologies if this already been asked, but, starting your career with the Spurs, you know how they get players ready to play both ends of the floor. What do you see in Victor being the face of a franchise that you're familiar with?
Pretty much what everybody sees. He's big, long. His wingspan is crazy. He could dribble the basketball. He could shoot. He also wants to defend. And, that's what you need from a franchise player. Like I said earlier, it's his third game of the season. So I feel like he'll continue to get better once he figure out, defenses, the way people are guarding him. And he's just going to get more and more confident.
Has he reached out to you, or have you had an opportunity to talk with him at all yet?
No, not yet. A little verbal talk during the game, but nothing too crazy. If he wants to, he can reach out. But I think he just, he's still gonna get better.
After a tough loss last game, what did you see from Russ that allowed him to bounce back? Obviously only 4 shots last game, but a little bit more aggressive here tonight.
It's a long season. That's how games are just played out sometimes. And he, like you said, he bounced back tonight. He got 13 shots, made shots. But, you see it his whole career. Anybody's career. You come in and might have a bad game and, you just got to bounce back and have a good game. not even saying that last game was bad. Just how the season is. It's ups and downs.
Quite back-to-back home games where you guys had a 30-point lead, a 40-point lead. Where's kind of this early season aggression coming from? Was it from all the running in preseason and training camp? Like, what's got you guys going?
I think just willing to win. I said this before, having rest to start the season with a point guard and having Bones and our bench players are coming in aggressive and everybody's focused. Everybody. It's just everybody. From me and PG starting off the game and then just trickle it down. But it's only game 3. Like I said, last game we gave up a lot of offensive rebounds. So we just got to be consistent. Just keep going.
Question, now that you got to actually play against him and his length and everything, what were your thoughts on Vic and just his overall game?
He's one of a kind, as we all know. It's going to get better each and every year during the season. As long as he keeps focused and keep improving his game, but he'll be fine.
Did you really feel that length out there? Did you have to find a way to kind of neutralize it?
Not me personally. He wasn't on me much, but it's there. That's all you need to know.
So you heard what Kawhi Leonard and Russell Westbrook had to say here. Now, funny enough, in that game, as I was watching it, I noticed that Victor doesn't play that many minutes. That game, he only played 26 minutes. I'm not exactly sure why. He did finish the game going 4 out of 10 from the field. He went 0-2 from the 3. He ended up scoring 11 points, had 5 turnovers. Did he have a block? He did have 1 block, 2 assists, and 5 rebounds. Now, and then, of course, the Clippers, they play well. Russell Westbrook, he played well. He finished that game with 19 points. He had 2 turnovers. He finished with 3 assists, 8 rebounds. He shot 61% from the field, and he shot 60% from the 3. So the Clippers were able to dispose of this team quickly. Now, let me give you guys my thoughts on Victor Wembanyama. After watching him for a few games, as I said, I've noticed that he doesn't play high minutes, number 1. Number 2, I don't really know what position he is meant to play. I don't know what position he plays. He's either 5, he's either 4, he's either 2. Sometimes, he can bring up the ball up the court. I don't know what position he's playing, number 1. Number 2, Victor, I think, still thinks he's still finding his game, finding himself. He seems a little bit disoriented in the NBA game. And the reason I'm saying that is because I'm looking at his rebounds. For a guy that's 7'4", 5, whatever, he should be getting more rebounds per game. Yesterday, I think he finished that game with 5 rebounds. That should have been 10. But to be quite fair with you, the Spurs didn't have that many rebounds. Only finished the game with 37 rebounds. The Clippers who had 48. To me, as I was watching the game, I was also noticing that Zubac and some other guys were able to move him off of his spot. I was listening to Jim Jackson cover the game, and he was talking about some of the challenges that Victor may have early on in his career when he's not as heavy, right? When he doesn't have bricks in his back pocket. So guys are going to be able to shade him to various spots on the floor if he wants to if they want to inbound him the ball or feed him the ball in the post, mid-post, whatever it is. Defenders can now move him 1 or 2 feet outside of his originally intended spot where he may feel comfortable to catch the ball, in which case he may be forced to, go into a triple threat position and then face up and then try to score that way, whereas kind of backing his defender down and then in the low post and then trying to score over him. I think that will change as he puts on more weight. But what I do like, based on what I've heard from various NBA players, not just Kawhi Leonard, not just Russell Westbrook, I even heard Paul George say it, is that a lot of these people believe that Victor Wembanyama's ceiling is extremely high, and I think so too. Because if you look at his wingspan, you look at his skill set, he's very skilled for his size. He seems to be very emotionally mature at the age of 19. He doesn't seem to be about the drama, about the BS. So I think it's on and upwards for him as long as he continues to improve and he begins to find his himself on the court. And in terms of the Clippers, I'm not going to be here making too much of a big deal out of it. It's only 3 games. They're 2-1. They lost a crazy game against the Utah Jazz, who were hot as fish grease, but then the Utah Jazz turned around and get mollywopped by the Phoenix Suns. So I'm going to be paying close attention to the Clippers and Victor Wembanyama as we move forward. So what I want to know from you guys: number one, what do you think about the Clipper victory? What do you think about what Kawhi Leonard and these guys had to say? Number two, what are your overall thoughts about Victor Wembanyama thus far? Whatever you guys think, leave your thoughts in the comments, and we catch you on the next show.